I do recall, Your Excellency, when I was Minister for Energy in 2013, 2014, when you basically employed what most of the learned people borrow from what you call the Potter's competitive theory, where the cost of entry to the power system in Kenya was so prohibitive that nobody was able to get into the power system because they needed to have a one-off connection fee of 75,000. And it was just impossible to move 20,000 customers to the grid because for a long time we moved from 1.5 million to 1.6 million to 1.7 to 2.2 million in 2013. And since coming up with that very competitive framework that basically looks at time and cost of entry, looks at the economies of scale in terms of maximization of the transformer, looks at the cost advantages of ensuring that the transformer, a very huge investment, which has been basically put on the ground, can be leveraged on and connect maximum customers, and therefore have the customers connect slowly over a period of time. That was a huge barrier to entry for Kenyans. And I do remember sitting in your office and cutting down this cost of entry and having customers to pay over a long period of time. And today, we sit among as the leading African countries at 75% access to power, customers being connected without a payment, and yet we are able to recover all that cost.
It is indeed my great pleasure to join this special occasion to witness the signing of the works contract of the last mile connectivity project. As you know, AFD has been historically engaged into financing energy sectors in Kenya, and energy will continue to be a strategic sector for AFD. We have financed over 1 billion euros in this very sector over the last 20 years. AFD support covers generation, transmission, distribution, and access. We have mobilized different financial tools, from sovereign to non-sovereign loans, grants, including with our European partners. The objective of the last mile connectivity project is to connect to the electricity network up to almost 3,000 new customers to the grid in 32 counties. By supporting the implementation of this project, AFD, alongside his partners like EIB, are very happy to contribute to the development of the Kenya's infrastructure required to foster economic growth and contribute positively to the sustainable development goals by bridging the gap and reducing disparities between rural and urban areas. And we indeed have to commend Kenya for addressing this very issue that many other countries in Africa do face. And the efforts made by this country serve as a reference for our action in other countries. I am especially delighted to support that project because we know that by supporting this project, Kenya will meet the commitment of its Vision 2030. I take the opportunity to congratulate Kenya Power for overseeing the successful implementation of the project. IFDA will also be signing this Wednesday the Seven Forks Solar Project with KenGen, adding 42.5 megawatt solar power into the Kenya renewable energy mix. We are indeed very delighted to support KenGen and look forward to its timely implementation. Last but not least, AFD will support KETRACO on transmission lines by reinforcing the National Control Center. As I told you, our commitment is complete because of what is at stake when it comes to energy. There's no way you can transform a country if you don't address this very issue of energy. Even Lenin said that back during the revolution.